Hey, good evening, or good afternoon, good morning, whenever it is you're watching this video. Your friend Alvin Hope Johnson. Hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever it is you're watching this video. This is your friend Alvin Hope Johnson with another moment, the life of a dreamer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you today a little bit about underwriting our 700 unit deal. I think that I have minimized it down to 500 units, but we're going to talk about it today. So I am opening up my computer, opening up my files, and I'm going to go to Dreamville and South Underwriting Model, and I'm going to share my screen with you. So if you're watching here, just a second, you'll be able to see my screen. I've also got a recorder going here at my desk that won't be able to see my screen, so I'm going to stop it. All right, here we go. Share screen. Share screen 2. Got so many monitors up here. Okay, there we go. All right, let's see what we did here last time, where we finished up. We're going to call this part 2, the underwriting process. Man, looks like we got 252 units. And so we had figured that this would only be 250 units, but what I have come to find out, I'll share some other things with you, is it's going to be about 700 units. And I'm going to pause this for 1 second. All right, I'm back. I'm going to go back to share my screen. And what I wanted to show you was this deal started out as a 700 units, and then I thought it was going to go to 500 units or so. And so what we were going to do was divide it in half, and that's why this one is 200 and some odd units. But I'm trying to get to here we go. So this is actually 700 units. This is what we're working on. It's a 30-acre tract right here in the blue. Little bitty road right here, FM 423 in Anna, Texas. The city's going to have to widen that road. They're making us put a road through here because there's a neighborhood over here that only has one way in, way over here. And there's about 500 houses back here. And that one exit is really dangerous. So they knew that somebody was going to have to put a road through here, or they were going to have to buy the land from the landowner to do it. We approached the landowner about buying this. So in order to get our apartments approved, we have to put the road. They're going to reimburse us for that after we do it, but it's taken away from my land. But what we're doing is we are doing some wrap buildings, 4 stories, little courtyards here, parking garage here, 4-story parking garage, hidden by apartments all the way around. This will be a freestanding restaurant here or something like that, about 5,000 feet with surface parking. More units over here, as you can see, wrapped within a parking garage. We'll have a big amenity center here with a big pool, playground, and all of that stuff over here. This is about an acre right here. And then we've got two-story townhomes here. There's a buffer between these homes that are here. Pretty good site, man. So what I had done was I had taken this. I thought this was going to be only 500 units total or something like that. So what I did was we had taken this and made it about half of the units, 250. But as it turns out, we're going to have 50 of these. We're going to have 130 of these. We're going to have 120 of these. And we're going to have 200 of these. And that gets us to a grand total. Okay, that's 500. So let's do 300. We're going to do 220. And I think that's about right. But I added 100 there, so let's make this 180. And make this 170. And there we go. 700 units total. Look at the rents. And these are real life rents. These are real comps. How do I know that? Well, let's pull up an appraisal that I got. I don't have that one appraised yet. Let's see, do I have an appraisal on this one? Yeah, I do. Engagement, that's just only have an appraisal on the vacant land. All right, let's go over here. Princeton Appraisal. I got two of them. CBRE. Princeton, Anna, Melissa. All these little cities are really close. We're going to use pretty much the same comps. So I'll show you guys what this looks like. Okay. Let's shrink that down. And no legend. Okay, this is my Princeton view. I think it was on, but this is what an appraisal looks like, guys. I don't want to get to my comps. I thought it was on page 70 something. Cost approach, comp approach. Comparable construction costs. Cost approach. Yo, look at the rent comps. $1.80 a foot, $1.45 a foot. Hang on, I gotta pause this real quick. Okay, I'm back. Still working today. Share. So going through, I was going through an appraisal, and that's how we pull up our comps. But I want to show you something that I just saw. Now this appraisal was done in November, guys. This is nuts. Oh, let me show you. What am I looking for? I just saw it. Sales comparison approach. Here are the sales comps. 251 per door. 190, 229, 237, 202 a door. 300 units, 60 million. 310 units, 76 million. Okay? 78 million adjusted sales price. 251 a door. But peep this. Look at the cap rates, 4.5. Now, watch what I show you. Sent. Not today. I'm gonna find some stuff I sent you. I sent to my lender with some more recent comps, okay? Well, that's a land comps. Okay, hang on. Hang on. I'm looking for, not that. Oh, that was when I closed on a land deal the other day. Oh, 10 acres sold for $676 an acre. Guys, I'm looking for sale. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for I believe this is it. Okay, these are some comps I pulled off of CoStar just the other day. Rent's $1.55. Where's this at? This is affordable. Palladium, affordable. That means the rents are restricted. Okay. Nice property. 4% vacancy. These are rent comps. Rent comps. 1,500, 2,000. Hang on, guys. I gotta stop this. My banker's in there. Hang on. This is ridiculous. Okay, I'm back again. Let's try this one more time. So we were looking at comps, and I just showed you a comp at 2,300 for 2 bedrooms. So just showing you that these numbers are really, really good here. We bumped this up to 700 units for that model that I showed you that's going to be built there. So we're going to have 700 units where we provide that. Parking is going to be at least 500 covered spaces that will be roughly $100 a piece to live there. We got 700 units that we're providing that for. Typically I do about 10% of the people pay late. App fees, we're going to have 700 of those. And then as you see, this is $625. Actually the app fee is about $150, but annualized it comes to about that after move-ins. And then forfeited deposits on 700 units. We'll probably have maybe 15 of these that way, and then we'll have 700 units that we charge utilities and internet. And these numbers get staggering. So now we've got a manager. We've got 700 units, meaning we need 2 people on the inside per one person on the inside per 100 units, meaning we're going to have a staff of about 15 people here. Manager. So this manager is probably going to be a large, really a big manager, like a regional. And because this is a large asset. Manager 1 is what we'll call that. Manager Assistant 1, and then we'll have Manager Assistant 2. We'll have 2 of those. And this is going to be a 50,000. Let's make this leasing. And this will be a 38,000. So that's 4 people. 1, 2, 3. And let's do another leasing. This one will be at 38,000 as well. 21%. 38,000. Actually, 42,000. 42,000. Okay, and then we got maintenance lead super. Actually, we'll call him maintenance super. And then we've got maintenance lead 1. Two. Three. Tech 1. Two. All right. Super gonna make 85. Maintenance lead make 55. Now let's see if how that comes out. Payroll 1,100 a door. That's in line. So typically what we look for is somewhere about $1,000 per unit for payroll. And if I wanted to get that, I could back this down to about 95. And that puts me, not $9.95. So I'll take that job. That's closer, right? Okay, that's pretty good. And then we're going to take our repair and maintenance budget up to about 300, which puts that really close to 450, which is in line. So we're going to take 40,000 for marketing, $35,000. Now see, all of these numbers don't double, which makes this really good. We're going to make this 85. Why? Because that's a real number, but we won't be spending that anywhere close to that these first few years because it's all new. 15,000 annualized, no. Typically what we pay is about $15 per about 42,000. Let's see, what did I have before I put 42? 15, yeah. Okay. Ooh, we're gonna have a big landscape budget on these 30 acres. We're gonna take this and see. This is an amenity. I didn't even put any amenity charges up there. But let's just take this to not 3,000 a month. 2,000. Let's take that to 20,000 bucks. That's 10,000 a month on this 30 acres. It's gonna be, that's about right. Professional fees, 50. I'm gonna look at something there. My real estate taxes, that's really low. 65 purchase price. This is going to equal my hard number. Let's go here. Sorry, y'all. It's going to equal this number. That way, no, it's not. It's going to equal this number. Equals this number. Now that's going to change a lot because we haven't gotten there yet. Land is right. 6.9, that's right. But this cost right here is going to go way up in a minute. So we got all of our people in. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. So 6 and 6. Okay, for 700 units. That's about right. It's a new property. We don't have no HOA fees here. Okay, internet. Let's go ahead and adjust this. 35. 35 times 700 equals 245 times 12. 294. 294 a year. That's $35 per month times 12 for 700 units. Okay, that's what that came to. Insurance. We're going to double that. About $450 a unit. $491 a unit. That'll work. Real estate taxes. Okay. This is going to equal this number. And so this will change here in a minute because that's going to change here in a minute. Okay. Let's go back. So guys, we can make these pro formas do what we need them to do. Okay, I just made that black, so it's not a number I have to adjust. It'll adjust itself. Professional fees, that should be about 150 a door. So we're gonna take this to 100,000, 125,000. Okay, see that's 178 a door. Okay. Utilities, we're gonna have $55 per unit, annualized, times 700 equals $38.50 a month, times 12 equals $462, and then we're gonna add 10% for common area lighting. So 462,000 is for the units. How did I get that? We've got an engineer report that shows that our utility bill on this property will not exceed $54 per unit annually. That is water, electricity, and everything. I use $55. So $55 times 700 units times 12 months is 462,000. 10% of that is roughly 46,000. So that makes my total, and the 10% is for common area lighting, like the parking lots and everything around the property. So then what I'll do is I'll take that 10% of 462, which is 46,000, add it to the 462, and that get us roughly $208,000. 400, I mean 508,000 for utilities. 508. But now check that out. 508 for utilities. I got the landscaping incorrect, pest control incorrect, professional fees correct. Pretty low expense ratio right now. Marketing and advertising is good. General and admission, let's take that to 120. About 150 a door annual basis. And then marketing and advertising for this. Let's take this 65,000. That'll be 5,000 a month. We can do that. 23%. That's still kind of low. So what I'm doing is I'm taking, and I am just going to take this. See, my operating expenses are really low. And when you get into an underwriting situation, there are some common numbers. General admission could be like $250 a door. Like I told you, payroll's about $1,000 a unit. Repair and maintenance, R&M, it's usually about $450 a unit, but we're brand new, so I stayed below that. Make ready, $164 a unit annualized because we're brand new. Oh, and I know what's going to adjust that. My real estate taxes will get that back up. So how do we get that number right? All right, we got 700 units, and I know that my cost is at 158 bucks per square foot. So we got 700 units. 700 times 200,000 equals 140 million. Let's do this. Per square foot, okay. Way high. That's closer, but that's still way high. 100 million. Okay, that's about right. 168. But then I got 1,300 cars. 1,300 parking spaces. So we're gonna call it 1,000. I'll call it 1,200 times 15,000. I'm sorry, 1,200 times 25,000 is 30 million. So that's just for the parking structures. So 125 million. And that's my cost to build this thing. Developing this land is going to be about 6 million because we got to put the road in. And then I got a hard cost contingency there. So that puts me at about $232 a unit because the parking garage is $25,000 a unit. And so, and then I got $10,000 a unit as a contingency. That's a pretty good number. Civil architecture and engineering. Let me see, we got, how do I come up with a number like that? So I know on my Princeton project, we had about 176,000 square feet, and I paid 500,000 divided by 176,000 square feet. That's roughly $250 a foot, so it was 280. 250 times, I'm gonna pay 220. 220 a foot times how many square feet we got up here? 592,000. Common area space on this is going to be closer to 65,000 because what I did was I take 10% of this number before, okay? And then clubhouse and pool, this is going to be 10,000 square feet. Okay. Alright. Here we go. So 636, 860. Okay. And I got 220 times 686 square feet. 1,000,005. What I was trying to do was come up with a number for this. All right. So we had 200, that 1,000,001 divided by 200. It's about 5,000 a key. So 700 times 5,000, about 3.5 million here for the municipal fees. Tap fees and stuff, man. Interest reserve. Okay, I'll come up with that in a minute. My senior lender fee on that's gonna be redonkulous. We're gonna call it right now 1.5 million. Usually it's 2%. Right now I'm gonna have a $150 million loan. I'm gonna see can I get it down for about 2, a point and a half. Legal. I'm just taking these numbers and doubling them. This will be my broker fee. And they usually get about 1.5 points. So I can get them down to 1 point, I'm sure. A million. I just went off of 1 point of that for right now. There's no fee here. That's an old company I used to use. Miscellaneous fee. Builder's risk. My builder's gonna carry that. I don't need it here. Okay, 167 million. That's about right. Okay, this is what this costs. My drivers, some of the things I know. My hard cost construction is typically about $160 a square foot. We're building a different kind of building with a lot of parking garages that cost $25,000 per car. So when you drive up a ramp in a parking garage and you see all these cars parked in this 2, 3, 4-story parking garage, just think that every one of those in between every stripe costs $25,000 to put there. And so, so my cost is a little bit high here because that is incorporating, that's incorporating the cost of the parking garages. And I'm trying to open up this again. All apartments, parking garage. These units are not here. These units are down here. And this is where the office and everything is going to go. I was looking for that plan that I showed you just a minute ago. Is this it? No, that's my other site in Anna, Texas, that we are redoing right now. So it's really weird. Anyway, let me pause this, guys. Hang on 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I was looking for this. This is the wrap style buildings that I was talking about. That little road going through the property. That's the way that's going to look. Very similar to that. There you go. These are the freestanding buildings But yeah, that's it, man. We are townhome types. Let me see if this is it. Nope, not that one. Three-bedroom townhomes. Nope, not that one either. We were just playing with some other designs. But yeah, that's the way that neighborhood's gonna pretty much look. So let's see what else we got here. See, now I'm at 30% operating because my property taxes adjusted based on this number over here. Bill price. And then we use 65% of that. Actually, the mill rate is closer to 2.1. And there's your property tax. 33. Bill hard cost construction, 196 a foot. That's a good number. I know I can hit that easily. 263 a unit, all in, and that's this. I got comps today over 300,000 a door. What would I do in financing? 75% of cost. So this is not LTV, this is LTC, y'all. Because it's taking this number here from here. So that's my cost. Okay? Big difference between LTV and LTC. If this were something else, LTC. Okay. Yeah, let's open all these up, man. Now, all right. 75% of cost, and I could actually get 85% LTC. My rate's by 7.9 on those construction loans, but it'll have, I can get a 4-year term. I can probably get a 5-year term on this. It's just so big. And then this would be a 4-year term on the, I got a 5-year term on that. But I'm saying we'll have 73. All right, let me tell you what's messing this up. See my negative number? And I'll show you why. Because I put in 700 units and 700 units all up on the top. Yep. But I didn't show no units beyond that. I only got up to 20-something% occupancy. So we're going to do 30 units a month. And then we're going to step that up to 40 units a month. And then we're going to step that up to 45 units a month. And then we're going to step that up to 50 units a month. Move in. We're going to be stabilized in 3 years. Okay, and there we are. Okay, and I'm going to stop this. 1 second, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Let's go share my screen again. So now we've got 700 units moved in. And now that we've got that, now we can come back over here and see what these numbers look like now. 33% operating income, 33% expense ratio, 167 total project cost, 85% of cost, a loan of 142 million. If we decide to do it in one deal, probably would be smart to break it up into two, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. 85% of cost. Let's see. I don't have any other. We can take this out. That was for a second lien with pace. But let's just stay at 85% of cost. If we refinance at the end of year 3, we wouldn't have enough. If we went up to 75% LTV at the end of year 4 and dropped our rate to that using a 5 cap rate, let's use 4.5. Oh, minus that, we put out 18 million. Now let's see how much equity we put in. Put in 28 million equity. I could take this to 1.5 on a deal like that. I take it to 1%. That's the fee. Debt origination fee. Yeah. Now pay 2 points there. Now what this is the split. We're gonna pay out a 9% preferred return. With a 15% hurdle. Okay. So LPs get 100% of the pref. Okay, right. And 50% of the deal when we hit that hurdle. Now let's go over here and see. We don't hit the hurdle until the end. But at the end of year 7, it's 35 million bucks for us to split with the LPs. We pay them off we paid 13 million towards that. And if we left them in at 15% the whole ride, they get a 16% IRR. Equals C16. So what this is showing that after we paid them this 13 million, we really only had a balance left here. And if I make this equal this balance, we paid 13 towards that, we left 14 million. And then we did this, equals that as well. And this equals this as well. This is a 14% return. So see, that's how we do that. It's a big deal, man. The reason I would probably do this in half, but I don't know. Selling year 7. Net proceeds $67 million. $331 a door. That's at a 4.5 cap rate. And so this is how we finish underwriting this, guys. Now, a couple other things I'll look at. Let's take that back. I don't need all of that. Okay. Year 5. This is when I proposed the refi. But see, my DTI, we still hadn't stabilized above a 120. So let's come up here and see what kind of assumptions I got. Well, we're going to do rent growth of 5% a year for the first 5 years. And then we'll go down to 3. Physical vacancy, I could stay there. I can keep the vacancy there. Income grow. Other income grow, 3% a year. Because expenses go up. Yeah. We'll just drag this all the way across. No dampening of the expenses after year 3. Okay. Okay, that'll help. Those are good right now. $2 range. Average 179. My operating expenses are fairly good. 230 at the door, and that's including my interest reserve ain't big enough. I know that much. Why is that? Because I got so I need 16 million. Let's put 20 million. Interest reserve. %. Pull out 11 million. We got 61 million at the end of the day to split. Or we split 53 million at the end of the day. Oh, that ain't where I meant to put it. Same thing. 20 million interest reserve. 286 a door. Still good. Still fantastic return. That's year 2 money. 700 units. What I did there is I had a credit for efficiency. We get $3,400 a unit every time we get for all these efficient units. So we got 3,400 times 700 coming online. That's 2,380,000 that we will get back. Plus H11. Boom. Okay. $50 million capital event. That came in year 5. Year 4. The end of year 4, right? I need this when we refi to be above 120 or 120, close to 125. That's why I'm backing this refi loan down. Let's take this cap rate up to a 5. 4.75 from a 5. Okay. And let's go 62% LTV. That's still within 125. Okay. Could come up a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna stop right here. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Let's share screen one more time, and we're gonna see where we left off so we can finish up. So, let's look at the assumptions we made today. What we did was we looked at our site, and I'll show you. Open up. This is a site. It's not in color. All of these are buildings. 3 parking garages, pond, small pond over here. Here's a clubhouse, parking lot with the clubhouse, pool and all that stuff back here. 2-story clubhouse, really dope. 3-story townhouses as a buffer between the neighborhood, okay? 700 units, 1 pool and clubhouse. I just did that for the square footage. And then a common area space, things you don't think about, corridors and things like that, usually 10% of your building. Added that, got a total square footage. We got 700 units here. We know that those that making a 702. We got them moving in starting in month number 13. We're stabilizing this thing out at 36 months, 3 years. We got all of our extra income here. I didn't put amenity fee, which typically this fee is on every unit, and it could be as little as 25 bucks a month. But what it does is that amenity fee, F115 times G115, that's right. What that amenity fee pays for stuff like landscape now. Okay. I just added $210,000 to that, which lowered my expense ratio, but that's a real fee, okay? My partners will get 22% on their money. Well, let's go back where we left off. Got all of our ancillary income, other income as we call it. Got all the payroll in. We got 10 people on staff. That's 70 units per person. 6 on the inside, 6 on the outside. We've got our income set at a little over $1,100 per unit, which your underwriters look for a minimum of $1,000 a unit. On your repair and maintenance, that's what R&M is. They usually look for about $450 per unit. We're brand new, we don't need that. Make ready, $165. That could be as high as $250 per unit on some old stuff. We're not old, we won't need that. Okay. Real estate taxes based off of a 2.1 mil rate, because we contest that all the time. That 137.5. We're basing that off of our cost and not our value. Okay. First couple of years. Total capital stack of $182 million, including a $20 million interest reserve. That interest reserve will take care of this and this for the first 2 years. That's $17,000 plus my equity partners preferred return, which will be kind of significant as well. You can see here when we refinance in year number 5, I kept our debt service coverage ratio above a 115, above a 125, which means I could really go up some more on my loan amount, but I'll show you that in a minute. First construction loan is 85% of cost LTC for a loan amount of $155 million out of $182. That means we need some equity, and the remaining equity I'll show you comes in where we add a 3% syndication fee in case we have to pay somebody, a broker, to raise that million. That $28 million, that's how much they'd make. There's going to be a fee for the debt origination of that amount. Total equity needed right under $30 million. Okay. So I just showed you on a pro forma in year 5, our debt service coverage ratio is 130. So what that means is we could probably come up, let's try 68% LTV, loan to value, loan based off of this value, and we come down here and that gets us a 118 debt service coverage. So that might be a little too rich. Probably go with a 67% at the end of year 4. 120. Perfect. We can walk that out. So, perfect. No errors. 29% IRR property level. 25% investor level. And that is a very good pro forma for 700 units of apartments in Anna, Texas, ladies and gentlemen. That's how easy it is to put this together. And here's my dashboard. It gives you all the highlights of the deal. That's it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry for having to continue to stop. Hope you enjoyed that. If you like the way we underwrite our deals, if you want to know more about this, go to multifamilymonopoly.com and send us an email and let us know that you're interested in either joining our mastermind or being a part of our developer apprenticeship course. Look forward to talking to you soon. Dream on, dreamer.